Hello, I am Laura McKnight, and this is my World Religion Project. I am going to interview one of the doctors that I work with. This is Dr. Yara, so welcome. Thank you so much for letting me interview. So we will go ahead and I'll start asking him some questions. So first off, let everyone know what religion you practice.
Hinduism.
Hinduism, awesome. And what are the essential teachings of your faith?
Respect your elders. There's something called as karma. There's something called as rebirth. And there's something called as, letting everyone live. These are the four essential teachings of our faith.
Okay. What is your sacred scripture?
It's actually the sacred scripture is Bhagavad Gita, but there are lots of other scriptures. But Bhagavad Gita is like, all the scriptures combined into one single book.
Okay, neat. Who is considered your founder?
There's no founder as such. But Hinduism is something which has come up because of a number of people getting together, and that's about it, how Hinduism came up. The earliest Hinduism was founded to be about 4000 BC. In the 4000 BC, that was the first roundabouts of the origin of Hinduism, but at that point of time also there was no particular head who is considered as a founder.
Right. Okay. So what takes place in your worship?
Oh, lots of things happen in our place of worship. So, A, you take a bath before going to the worship. B, the females take a head bath. C, you take some offerings to the god, which include flowers, food. Some of the gods require animal offerings. You take some money with you to give to the god for the betterment of the temple. You take some money to give to the beggars. You go there. Do some praying, and sometimes the deity does the praying for you. In your name, he's going to call out your name and ask you what's your family name, when were you born, and what time were you born, and things like that. So he prays for you to the god. Yeah, lots of things happen.
And so does this all happen on a certain day? Like Christianity typically practices on Sundays. Do you typically go to worship on a certain day?
No, there's no particular day as a Sunday, but usually we go there. Most of the people, usually they go there whenever they are not in a good mood, whenever they are in some kind of problems. Usually, most often you will see people going there before they are going to start something, like for everything. Like if they are going to buy a car, the car will be taken to the temple, and the car they will do a small prayer for the car.
Okay.
So if you buy a TV, you do a prayer for the TV at your home. So it's considered as something you bought into your home. You want it to last for a certain amount of time, and you pray to the God that it stays good.
Okay, cool. Are visitors welcome to your temple?
Oh yes, everyone is welcome. There's no problem.
And how should these visitors behave?
They should not be drunk. And obviously no one will be drunk at a temple or a church. B, you are not allowed to eat non-veg. C, you are supposed to be dressed appropriately. I mean, you can wear a jeans and a t-shirt, but not something which shows your skin.
Right. Okay.
At least not above your knees.
Right. What are the significant rites of passages and other rituals, practices in your culture, in your faith?
Significant rites of passage, like, it's on the decline now, the rites of passage, but you get the whole of your father's estate. Usually in India, it's a big thing. Like, they give you lots and lots of money when your father goes away. So, what was the second question?
Rituals and practices.
Rituals, usually before we start something, we go to the God. B, we always respect our elders. We never call them by their names. Even me, I don't call my brother by name. I don't call him Pradeep. I call him brother. There's something called as Anna, which is like you are addressing him by saying that, okay, you are my elder, or something like that. And you never contradict your father's things.
Right.
They have absolute power over your marriage. Sometimes, I mean, nowadays it's changing a lot, but previously it used to be like that. So the practices in your faith, my mother prays to the God every day. I don't pray every day. I pray before I'm doing something good. My father prays. I mean, on the New Year's Day, 12 o'clock, he'll be praying. Yeah.
When you pray, does this, take a long time, or is it just something quick, or?
There are lots and lots of different types of praying. So as I told you previously, you can go pray by yourself. You can go to the temple, pray there. Everybody has, like, my house has 50 idols. My house in India has 50 idols. About 20 pictures. Here, even here, I think the place that I'm staying at, it has at least 10 idols. So that's how it works. So you pray to different gods for different things.
Okay.
You pray to different gods for different things. So did that answer your
Yeah,
question?
it did. Yeah? Thanks. What are the roles of men, women, and children in your religion?
The basic role of man is to earn for your family. He has absolute power over your women and children. Nowadays, it's a different because everything is being westernized. But if you take about 20 years back, I think my father, or in fact anyone's father, had the absolute right over the women and the children. Like, where is he going to school? Like, we are not waiting that in going out. Like, there, I mean, nowadays it's good, it's better, it's a lot westernized. Women go to work. I mean, 40% of India's workforce is women. Children wear whatever they want. They're okay with everything. So, but the man is supposed to provide for your family. The woman is supposed to cook. The children are supposed to have fun. But nobody asks the children to earn. Like, here they ask you to earn as soon as you hit 18 or 16. You are totally independent. India, it does not. I mean, you can study or not study. Your father will take care of you. Your family will take care of you. There's no one asking you to. I mean, they will pressurize you to go do something, but it's not like you have to go and work at some place.
Right.
And nobody works for a minimum pay job. I mean, someone who comes from a good family, like, a middle class family, you don't go and work at a panira bread.
Right.
It never works out. As panira bread, usually the lower class, the people who work, students never work for themselves. They don't take loans. The loans are repaid by your father. So by the time you come out and start doing a job, you're all set.
So when people are of lower class, do they still have those same beliefs, that the husband needs to provide for the family, or is that kind of where, the woman would go to work at that point?
Across all societies, I mean, in a practical way, if you see, the man has to provide for how many amount of people there are at home. Like, if you have 3 children and a wife, you have to provide for all the 4 people. That is a basic rule. That no one argues. The man has to provide. So, what was your second part of the question? Yes, the women. The women, they can go and work. I mean, nowadays, everyone is going to work. Nowadays, it's not like nowadays. Since the last 10 to 15 years, women are going to work. They have significant careers in India too. But nobody asks his wife to go. You go work. You have to earn your own buck.
Yeah.
They'll
So
never
just at
do.
her own will. If she wants to, then
If she wants to, she can. If she does not want to, no matter what her degree is, she can just sit at home and chill.
Okay. What attitude does your religion have towards other religions?
Well, if you consider it, India has 1600 religions. And nobody, I mean, if you see a church, if someone is building a church in the middle of the road, and it has been built and it has been there, he somehow built it overnight. A small, like he inserted a statue of Jesus over there one day. No one, even the government does not have the power to remove that. So the thing is, in India, You can practice your religion. Nobody interferes with your religion. I mean, the place where I come from, it is called as Hyderabad. 40% of the population is Muslim. And there are places in the place that I live, if I go to that place, they don't even talk the native language there. They talk Arabic, Arab countries' language. They practice everything. Nobody interferes with your faith over in India. There are some communal clashes, but it's not usual. It's usually politically motivated. It's not cause people hate each other. My best friend is a Muslim. My ex-girlfriend used to be a Christian. Yeah.
Okay. So they're pretty accepting of other religions.
They don't interfere with.
Okay.
They're happy in their own ways.
Okay. How many believers are there in the world, the United States, and even North Carolina?
It's more than a billion all over the world, and in United States you can take it as, I mean, the number of people in the number of Indians in United States are a lot, but you can take about 20 million at least, I guess.
Okay.
In United States. I don't know about North Carolina, but North Carolina has a low population of Indians.
I know you said that there were temples in Charlotte and Raleigh, but not really in Winston-Salem.
No, there's no temple in Winston-Salem. But everybody has got a small idol at home.
Yeah.
They do pujas to that at home. Oh yeah, regarding the pujas, we always keep some candle kind of things in front of the God.
Okay. Neat. What is the most important thing you want outsiders to understand about your faith?
There's nothing really that I want someone to understand regarding my faith, but if you want to get into my faith, I think there is not a way to get into my faith. You just follow it. I mean, nobody will come and ask you to come join Hinduism. Like, people get converted to, there is official ceremony for being converted into Christian or taking the baptism. Or being a Muslim. There's no official ceremony for a Hindu.
Right.
I think you cannot convert into Hindu. You just start following it, or you are born Hindu. So what I want, especially others to understand about my religion is, it is a pretty open religion. You can do whatever you want. You can go to the heights of it. Like, if you want to practice Hinduism very strictly, there are so many rules. Whole of your day will be occupied with them. If you want to practice something else, just go to God, just pray. Nobody will say anything to you.
Right. Okay. So are individuals allowed, individuals that are of the Hindu faith, are they allowed to marry someone that's not of Hindu faith?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hinduism is a pretty flexible culture.
Right.
It's not a strict culture. It's a very, very flexible culture. If you want to go and marry, nobody will say anything. But it's not even written anywhere. Like in Muslim, if you do something, you are considered doing something bad against the God. There's nothing like that in Hindu. So if you want to marry a Christian, you can go and marry. Nobody will say anything except your father, who will be like, oh my God, you're marrying a Christian, what is going to happen to my family? No. But it goes deeper than that.
Right.
It's not only marrying someone from the faith. There are different caste systems in Hinduism. Like you have got the Brahmins, the Chaudharis, the Reddis. Even marrying among them is going to create some kind of a problem for you.
Right.
Some kind of a problem for you. Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're both in the medical field, are there any specific spiritual requests that a patient who would be Hindu would have while they're in the hospital? For example, if someone's Jehovah's Witness, they don't want to receive blood products, so anything like that?
No, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. But the females will be, I assume, will be pretty particular about dressing down in front of a male doctor.
Right.
Will be pretty, not even like dressing down, like, taking off their shirts. Taking off their shirts and being there in their undergarments. The females will be pretty particular about that.
Okay.
I'm very sure about that.
Right. All right, well, that is all the questions I've had.
Okay.
Very interesting. I'm glad I got to learn some more about Hinduism.
No problem.
Thank you so much for meeting me, and I hope that y'all all enjoyed our interview too.